one of the things I love the most about your book is because I've always felt like customer service really was like this secret engine, or like this underlooked area of a business that's so important and so many companies neglect it. Because just based on personal experience, like everybody has had those times where you've reached out to customer service and it's been like an incredible. So for me, I'll just set the stage with my story. The one I constantly tell is American Express, where I was taking a trip to Costa Rica and I booked a rental car online using their portal or whatever, had it reserved. It was going to be like $75 for the time I was doing it. I get to the rental car place and they're like, hey, the car you booked, we don't have. So the only one we have is like 3 times as expensive. And I just had so much trust in American Express where I'm like, I'm not going to deal with it with you guys. Like, I know this is, this is pathetic. This isn't how it should go. So I just took the car they gave me, got to where I was going, called American Express. They refunded me the money. They're like, don't worry about it. Enjoy your trip. Sorry it was delayed. It was taken care of. And they built the trust with me. And so in turn, I gave them loyalty. And I'm telling this story 5 years later. I've had my card for forever. I always tell people about it. But on the flip side, you have like many, many more experiences that are the other way, where you're dreading calling them. You feel like you have to fight. You have to get your negotiation scripts ready because you just feel like they're going to be fighting you the whole time. So where does this disconnect come from?
Yeah, not everybody can train with Chris Voss, right? And be an expert negotiator, right? I know he was one of the other presenters in this series. I mean, here's the thing. I think the main problem stems from, it's not that companies go into this with an attitude of, we don't want to treat our customers well. It's that they lose focus, right? So when you first start a business, so for anybody watching who's maybe an entrepreneur, a solo entrepreneur that's just getting going, you really care a lot about your customers. Why? Because you only have 1 or 2, right? It's super easy. And you're like holding them and you're like, oh my gosh, we got to take care of them. We got to make sure they're well provided for. But then the typical business, when they start to scale, they start to focus on things like, well, how do we get more revenue? How do we get more people? How do we grow? And as a result, paying attention to the individual becomes a lot more rare, right? They're not as focused on the individual approach. But all the research shows the companies that pay attention on an individualized level, the companies that deliver a remarkable experience again and again, are the ones that actually have sustainable growth. And if I think there's anything we've learned in the last decades, is that growth for growth's sake is a fool's errand. It's just not worth it, right? And eventually it catches up on you. And that's why some of these companies that are really fast out of the blocks crash and burn just as hard. It's because they're not laying the foundation to deliver those experiences again and again. And what I'll say about your experience with American Express, Chris, first of all, great brand, incredibly well-respected, huge reputation in the marketplace. And one of the main things that they are known for is that ability to let you not worry about it. And I don't know about you, but here in 2020 and in beyond, I think more customers are choosing the side of convenience and ease, even if that means they have to pay a little bit more. You probably have to pay a little bit more to have your American Express card than you would to have one of their competitors, right? There's usually a fee associated, and it's a fairly substantial fee compared to the competition. But the second you get to turn in and take advantage of their customer service and customer experience, I don't know about you, I feel like the fee is paid for years, both, directly and indirectly in terms of the experience that you have.
Did you like what you just saw? Well, great, because our YouTube channel is chock full of tips on how to grow your online business and learn from the best in the industry. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss out. And if you're looking for the absolute best software for entrepreneurs at the lowest possible price, then you should absolutely head over to appsumo.com and subscribe to our email list. Heck, we'll even throw in 10% off your first order just to make it a no-brainer. Now, you're in on one of the best kept secrets in software.